And from the day of their inception, the team SASI has been endeavoring to preserve the rights of the indigenous community of Arunachal Pradesh, and they have submitted series of representation as well for the betterment of the tribal community. Now we are here with the central executive members of Save Arunachal Save Indegenious. So with that, we would like to begin our question. We have Advocate Ramjir Raksap, who has been strongly voicing against the Article 371H, and it has to be amended as per his recommendation. Sir, if you could please tell us something about Article 371H, and you are recommending the government of Arunachal Pradesh to amend this bill, and at the same time, you are also asking to implement Article 371A and 371G.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for covering today. This is my team. I am the chairman of Save Arunachal Save Indegenious, and this is my general secretary Rajan Ria, and this is secretary headquarter Biri Baki. This is uh, secretary East Advocate Neelam Talum, and later on I will introduce the rest standing. They are my secretaries. Now, SASI since inception, the formation of SASI was itself for the protection of the indigenous population of Arunachal Pradesh. We felt that an organization like SASI should come up with a like-minded people who will only work with a sole motive to protect Arunachal Pradesh without having any money-minded. Uh, we felt that we need to form a organization will not be money-minded. Now coming to the point, regarding Article 371H, as every one of you know, that our statehood was our was a defective in nature. Led Bakin Pertin, led Tomoriba, they voiced during their time when they successfully ran the PPA government at the PPA party, People's Party of Arunachal Pradesh at that time. They in fact they had opposed the statehood Arunachal statehood because it was too early. So at that time, article our statehood was given, but then we were given Article 371H. Article 371H of the Constitution has a very suspicious terms and condition clauses. Article 371H, unlike Article 371A and G of Nagaland and Mizoram, has uh, has given a power to the governor of Arunachal Pradesh that in terms of any kind of communal riot, governor can use his arbitrary power to suppress the people. There is a provision that he will seek suggestion from the cabinet minister, that is democratically elected representative. Yet better power has been given to him that he can implement his arbitrary decision. This is very arbitrary in nature. And in Article 371H, some of our elected leaders says that we are protected under Article 371H. But it is absolutely false. Article 371 has no clauses which says that this land, the river, and whatever resources we have belongs to us. Unlike in Nagaland and Mizoram, in Article 371A of Nagaland and Article 371G of Mizoram, they have their land rights, rival right, customary right, and also some part of tribal state like in Assam, where tribal people resides in Assam. I'm talking about Assam. They are protected under 6 schedules. The tribal areas like Karbi Autonomous District, Karbi Autonomous, Bodo Autonomous, etc., they are given constitutional protection under 6 schedule. And Meghalaya also is a tribal state. So Meghalaya is also protected under 6 schedule. They are given Kasi Hills Autonomous, Jantia Hill Autonomous, Garo Hill Autonomous. And What is all this protection about? This protection, 371A and G of Nagaland, Mizoram, and all the autonomous districts which are protected under 6th schedule. Whenever any kind of law, whenever any kind of rules and regulation or act is proposed and is passed in the parliament, prior to application in other state where there is no such kind of protection, it will be directly implemented. But then in Mizoram, in Nagaland, and also in schedule in protected under 6th schedule, prior consent of that assembly is required. Meaning thereby, whenever any act or any law is passed, which is in not in the interest of the tribal people, because India being the majority part of the Indian states are not protected. They are forward classes. They are forward citizen. So all the acts, all the rules, all the new bills, etc., are being taken up for their interests because majority ultimate rules. No? Therefore, whatever bill or whatever rules or whatever act they pass, they somehow has a effect on us. So this Article 371A and 371G protects them and give them immunity to not to accept the rule that is being made in the parliament also. Such kind of things is there. Therefore, we are emphasizing that we also should have a protection. We should equally have our, because we are also a tribal state like them. So we are demanding the central government that Article 371H also has to be amended in lieu with in part to Article 371A and G. And in that regard, we have submitted representation to the state chief minister. We have in fact talked to our Rajya Sabha MP Nabam Rebia sir. So, and we have talked to our Ninong Iring sir also. He raised this issue again in the state assembly, and then they adopted it through bill, and thereafter they have sent a recommendation to the center for its amendment, and it is still pending there. And on our request, our honorable Rajya Sabha MP Nabum Revia sir also, he raised this issue at the at the Rajya Sabha, but then this bill has, or this bill amendment has to be done through Lok Sabha, and it has to be thoroughly followed and thoroughly it has to be initiated by our MPs.
Sir, it has been reported that inner line permit, an aim which endeavor to protect, Arunachal Pradesh state, because Arunachal Pradesh state is a vulnerable state which always strive to remain aloof. But at the same time, it has been reported that many police check gate where inner line permit are being carried out, not being checked properly. So what would be your plan on that?
Mm. In regards to that, this come in same line with Article 371. First of all, we have to see mere checking of inner line permit is not a solution. Now we have to understand that our state is protectless, and this inner line permit, which comes under Bengal Eastern Frontier Regulation 1873, is a mere regulation. This is not even an act. This is not even it's not enshrined in the Constitution of India. Therefore, we cannot rely on this inner line permit anymore, because whenever central government wants and whenever central government feels that they need our land, or whenever they feel it, they can scrape scrape this ILP. So now what we are demanding, what SASI we are demanding, we are demanding that Article 371H has to be amended, and all the rights and privileges that are given to Nagaland and Mizoram needs to be given to us in Article 371H. Along with that, we are demanding that since BFR is a regulation, so this Bengal Eastern Frontier Act, whatever the clauses therein, which includes inner line permit, should also be included in Article 371H, so that it become a constitutional protection. Our demand is that. So we are trying hard. We are a like-minded society, and all my executive, we are also equally running for our own, all are a bread winner, bread earner. But taking our time for the cause of the society, we are trying to patch up. We are trying to connect with the several different tribal states like Nagaland, Mizoram, etc., which has a inner line provision, which are also protected under BFR. We are also equally talking to them. Let us come together and let us demand the central government that BFR ILP should be included within the constitution, and along with Article 371H. That is our demand. Now, coming to the point of checking, as this constitutional amendment is very a tough and a very tough a thing which needs cooperation from the representatives, elected representatives, and it also need cooperation from the government. So this will take time. Meanwhile, what we SASI we are going to do, and what we are doing is that, in fact, we had received an report that some part of this Nahalagan, where there is nearby helipad area, some kind of criminal activities and in eve teasing that has been done to our sisters was reported. So therefore, we conducted an inner line permit drive there, and we conducted in the G extension area, because now G extension no longer look like Nahalagan. It almost look like, say, North Indian state, and also that area. So we located the sensitive zone and the prime location where this uh, non-APSC are uh, operating in a very unfriendly manner towards our indigenous people. So we carried out inner line permit. Now we have also demanded that Likabali check post that is constructed in the very inner part, which is almost 3 kilometers after our land, that is Arunachal territory. We have demanded that it should also be brought down to the actual lining with the actual boundary with the uh, Assam. And now we, SASI, under the initiative of my General Secretary, we are soon going to take up rigorous inner line permit drive in entire Arunachal Pradesh, and will ensure that there is a provision under Sin Hills regulation also. If an inner line permit holder is found defaulting in renewal, there is a provision for imprisonment of 1 year also. That has to be passed, and that imprison has to be passed by the magistrate itself, that is deputy commissioner or either the executive, this extra assistant commissioner. Power is bestowed upon them. So while carrying out inner line permit, will not randomly carry out in inner line permit. Rather, we will see to it that some person gets convicted, some defaulter get convicted. Otherwise, uh, there is a practice that, since you have asked me a question that the check gate are not maintaining well, we have received a lot of complaint that check gate are not checking properly, and they're taking bribes and all that. Also we are trying to now, in fact, we might engage some media channel also later on, that we have to do a kind of sting operation also, who is actually doing that. For that also, we said that we have submitted a representation along with a draft how to check those irregularities or those that bribe system going on and compromising the inner line permit. We have submitted to the state government also. We said there should be a biometric well entering, there should be biometric, and it should be digitalized. That we have given, but the state government is in fact, they have told us that they are going to do it, but then we are trying to streamline that also. Now inner line permit checking is not proper in the this check gate. That also will take up the issue. Slowly we are going to take up the issue, since issue we also do not have that much of adequate time. So timely whatever update we are going to do, we'll update it. But then our one message that we would like to give is that we'll not compromise, because this SASI stands for protecting the people of Arunachal Pradesh, and SASI we're here to protect Arunachal from becoming next Tripura, because we are in the verge of, our population is in the verge of extinction. and we are going to be outnumbered and overpopulated. That is our aim.
Since SASI is to vanguard the indigenous community, and now all of us can see that the Bharatiya Janata Party is all set to implement Uniform Civil Code in toto. Some of the state has already shown their green flag for its implementation. Our nearest state, that is Assam, is also all set for its implementation. You being the representative of indigenous organization, what would be your comment on this?
See, in regards to that, UCC will be a draconian law for us, I would say. So for Arunachal, as per our uh, tribal belief and practice is concerned, because uniform civil code, whenever uniform civil code is applied, it will be uniform civil code, meaning thereby the whatever the practice and whatever the culture that is being practiced by the majority of the Indian population will be implemented on us. There will be no separate clauses for our tribal population. So therefore UCC, if UCC is implemented, if entire law and entire practice of Arunachal and India is it become uniform, is made uniform, then there will be no requirement of inner line permit also. There will be no requirement of BFR also. BFR will ultimately go, and this whatever protection we are claiming, see under 371 age, there has to be cultural protection also. That demand we are placing will all go under UCC law. Therefore, we would certainly oppose UCC law, because but then we haven't got the draft form yet. And if the BJP government is going to come up with UCC, they should release the draft form and they should give us also. We will study if this uniform civil code is good for us, then we'll consider. Otherwise, as per my understanding is concerned, uniform civil code, the laws, uniform civil code means that majority of our Indian population, they are Hindus and Muslims. There is Hindu law and Muslim law. If you mean that because Muslim law has a separate law, they have a separate personal governing body. Hindu has a personal separate body. Our practice is very different, and our tribal, though we are not the organized society, yet we also have a separate practice. So UCC uniform cannot be implemented. Diversity of India, we are a diverse country, no, should be maintained, and we would say that uniform civil code on as a SASI, we'll discuss this later on. But then at this instant, without seeing the draft form, without seeing their actual contents, we SASI would oppose the UCC, because UCC will be detrimental for us.
Action. Up, direct.
ये हम तोरा एज ए कैपेसिटी ऑफ जनरल सेक्रेटरी सासी, मैं मेरा नाम राजेंद्र यंग है। तो मैं आईएलपी का ये जो इनर लाइन परमिट का बारे में अरुणाचल लोगों से थोड़ा बताना चाहूँगा। ये आईएलपी जो हमारा अरुणाचल में जो असम का जो बाउंड्री है, चेक गेट है, उसमें चेकिंग तो होता है, लेकिन कहाँ से घुस जाता है सब लोग मालूम है। जहाँ तहाँ से घुस जाता है, कहीं कंप्रोमाइज में घुस जाता है, कहीं बैकडोर से घुस जाता है। और वो सबको देखते हुए अभी सासी आगे बढ़ेगा। सासी अभी रैंडमली चेकिंग करेगा, बाउंड्री से लेकर माने इनर ये टाउन का अंदर तक हम लोग चेक करेगा, कहाँ में काम कर रहा है, किसी का होटल में क्या वो से काम कर रहा है, और किसी का ये प्रोजेक्ट में आप परमिट लेकर कर रहा है ना, क्या कर रहा है। सासी जो इसको टेकअप करेगा, अभी आने वाला महीना से लेकर हम लोग जोरदार से टेकअप करेगा ये चीज को। और हमारा जो अरुणाचल लोगों से मैं ये संदेश देना चाहूंगा कि आप लोग प्रोटेक्ट मत कीजिए प्लीज, जो आने वाला को ये प्रोटेक्ट मत कीजिए, अपना नाम है ये है बोल के प्रोटेक्ट मत कीजिए, हम लोग को सपोर्ट कीजिए। इधर आप लोग हम लोग को सपोर्ट करने से हमारा अरुणाचल का फ्यूचर अच्छा होगा। तो वो बात को लेकर अभी हम लोग इनिशिएट करेगा, किसी को हम लोग नहीं छोड़ेगा। डिफॉल्टर अगर मिलेगा तो उसको हम इसलिए बोल रहे सरकार से भी हम ये संदेश देना चाहूंगा कि आप लोग भी हम लोग को सपोर्ट करना है, क्योंकि अरुणाचल में हम लोग को प्रोविजन जो दिया गया है, हमारा जो प्रीवियस में जो हमारा जो चेयरमैन जो बताया है, ये 1873 का जो एक है उसमें हम लोग को प्रोविजन दिया गया है। अभी आप लोग देखिए यहाँ पे, आप उधर से बिना ऑथोराइज में यहाँ में आके हमारा यहाँ में छेड़छाड़ कर देता है, डकैती करता है, गुंडा करता है, मर्डर करता है, हम लोग उसका अनकाउंटेबल हो रहा है। तो इसलिए हम लोग अभी सासी बीइंग ए इंडिजिनस सिटीजन ऑफ अरुणाचल प्रदेश, हम लोग अभी इनिशिएट लेगा, बहुत जोरदार से लेगा अभी। और हम लोग इसको ये फरवरी से हम लोग इनिशिएट करेगा। हमारा जो पीछे में जो करा है, हमारा जो ब्रिगेड लोग है, हमारा जो फोर्स है, हम लोग अभी उसको बहुत अच्छा से इम्प्लीमेंट करेगा।